Here, let me start with our meeting format.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Tidewar Cosplay meeting format. We're a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other to inspire one another and boost one another's morale. There are no rules or dues or fees for membership. We're self-supporting through our own contributions. We're not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution. Do not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to help one another. And the only requirement for membership here is the desire to cosplay. So that we can welcome you, please raise your hand and introduce yourself if you're new here. That's, I guess, you, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I'm Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey. Hey.
Okay, the format of this meeting is a chosen person presents her cosplay and then shares for about 5 to 20 minutes. After sharing, the person will choose a topic and call the next person to share. The meeting will transform into a popcorn format. So one person calls on the next person until whenever we end.
Yeah.
Please be mindful to limit your shares to between 3 and 5 minutes. That doesn't apply here because there's only 2 people.
We're just going to wing it then.
Yeah. So go ahead,
Yeah.
Chuck. The floor is
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, no. Well, my name's Chuck Owen. I'm 55. I live in Alabama, if you can't tell by my southern accent. But I've been, I guess you can say, kind of cosplaying for about 8 years. Started out going to, we had a chance to go to Dragon Con, which is a big sci-fi fantasy huge convention in Atlanta, and been going there just about every year since, except for last year. But we started out just I guess going and just people watching and seeing everybody's costumes and stuff like that, and it's kind of started springboarding from there. My youngest son, we both, well, my whole family's Star Wars fans, but we started planning our Mandalorian costumes back then, and kind of lurking different pages, looking at people's progress and works in progress and stuff like that. But our first, I guess you can say our first cosplay costumes is probably 5 years ago when we did our Jedi and Sith costumes and took them to Dragon Con, and had really good time doing that, and just kind of off and on working on my Mando. And you can see the latest iteration of what I'm working on over my left shoulder, and like I said, just having a fun time doing stuff like that. The biggest thing that we want to do, and myself, is I'm a plumber by trade, and we used to do lots of work down at Children's Hospital in Birmingham, and getting to see how the kids faces would light up when the 501st or the Rebel Legion or one of the other groups would come through and visit them. And that's one of the main reasons of me doing this, is to be able to bring smiles to kids' faces and stuff like that, and try and make them feel better, at least for a little bit of time. And let's see, other costumes. I got my wife now, Audra. We've been married a little over 2 years. Gotten her into doing cosplay. Her first one that we did together was, we bought her some Liku and helped her do a Twilight Sith to go along with my Sith costume. And we've been to some local cons, Magic City Con, some other things like that. Helped her with, she was Bellatrix. She had fun with that. And then we did I printed up some Maleficent horns and made a fairy costume out of her Maleficent horns that we did. And I've got in progress probably 5 costumes that I'd really like to do. I've got my own set of red Liku that I'm going to make a Sith out of. And I'm also working on a Odin and costume. I've got part of his helmet printed out. And then let's see, working on Audra, she wants to do a Twi'lek Mandalorian, so I'm working on her helmet and her armor for that. So got kind of a long list of stuff kind of in progress, but I just want to tell, folks, don't worry so much about what other people think. Do your cosplay and you do you, and don't worry about what folks try and tell you to do. Have fun. And that's really all I got to say, unless anybody has any questions or anything.
Yeah, where are those guns over your shoulder?
The one at the top, it's a KR, Kaz Rider on one of the forums, puts out a bunch of files and stuff, and they're really quality files. So that's my rifle I'm working on now for my Mando. The stock on it and the forearm and the grips are actually printed from wood infused PLA that I've stained, and to give it a different look. On the behind it, I guess it'd be over my right shoulder, right there in the corner, you can see part of the little mini gun. That's my son Tommy's for his Mando that I've got hanging up. And then below it, below my KR that I've got is a rifle that my son Tommy designed when we first started doing 3D printing. That was for my Mando. And so I've just got them hanging up on a wall just so they won't be just propped up against the wall somewhere. But
I wish I had wall space for that. They look awesome, especially the wood infused.
Yeah, it's when we was doing that, Audra said she liked it because it would put off just a faint like a wood smell while it was printing. It wasn't nothing like a forest fire or anything like that, but it was just she said it was a nice pleasant scent in the print room. But yeah, I like printing with it. Her set of blasters that we're doing for hers, I did the grips on them were also out of that wood infused PLA.
Yeah, you've been such awesome help between your files and helped me out with my chest plate. I could not print that chest plate right.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for jumping in there.
That's no problem.
Really appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. When I give, when I give my, I wouldn't say opinion, but guidance or whatever, that's just stuff that works for me. I mean, there's probably, 100 different ways people can do stuff, but I just tell people, hey, this is what works for me. It may or may not work for you, but this is my input on it. So I try and help whenever I can.
Yeah, over the last however many months, you've been awesome.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm just coming into this and into the Mandalorian stuff.
Right.
Like I've been doing cosplay for I don't know how many years, but I didn't know anything about Mandalorian,
Right.
and you're with the Mandalorian mercs, right?
Well, I'm not an official member yet. I keep on changing stuff up. My Rustlor said that when I showed him pictures, well, I was met him in person when we was at the Montgomery Zoo, and he said my stuff was really close to
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
Hey, Cheryl.
how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Chuck is speaking
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
okay.
it's okay. Yeah.
fine.
Oh,
Welcome.
good to see you, Cheryl. It's been a while.
Yes, it
Since-
has.
Yeah. How are you, Chuck?
Yeah, pretty good. You doing all right?
Yeah. Been chilling, been busy with school, but I'm getting up there, about to graduate soon, so
Well, that's
that's
cool.
exciting.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
what were you guys talking about, if you don't mind asking?
Chuck getting into the Mandalorian mercs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was mentioning that the stuff that he has that's like that you can see behind him are
Oh, yeah. I see that.
different things that he's made for his cosplay.
Okay.
And I think the other thing that is there is there's stuff that he has made for his wife as well.
Oh, that
Other
is
than
awesome.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
he just got into talking about his Mandalorian kit that he's doing.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Chuck. I just
no.
figured I'd give the
Low
short
down.
version.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's no
Okay.
problem at all. But yeah, I've been lurking on the Mercs website probably 8 years, just to look at people's works in progress, just to see how they, each person does stuff, and looking and seeing, hey, I like the way they did their armor here, or like the way they did the weathering on their stuff, or, before I actually started getting real into starting to put something together. I like to do, I guess you say, lots of research, whether it's with them or, the Rebel Legion or the 501st or Dark Empire, those kind of sites. Just get on the forums and look at everybody's stuff, just to get an idea, and take everybody's ideas and put them together, and put my own thing together. But it's a really fun thing to do, and the feeling that I get if we're out doing something at a con in costume, and somebody wanting to take their picture with you, and saying how your stuff is really great, try not to get the big head or anything, but it just makes you feel good that somebody likes something that you've done so much they want to take your picture. And so
Yeah, that's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
So do you want to pick the next person and then pick a topic?
if there's anybody got anything they want to ask or talk about,
Well, I'll go ahead and go really quick.
Yeah.
Dan's very creative and everything, and he does a lot of work, but me, I guess I take I'm not going to say the lazier track, but I don't necessarily buy like the whole entire costume or cosplay, but I get mine at the store.
Yeah.
And some of it, well, I really only have like 4, but it's all mine is all Doctor Who related.
Mhm.
And so I know it's not for it's not necessarily for everybody, but that's what I have. I have a dress that's a TARDIS dress. I was gonna make one that looked like it was kind of a Victorian TARDIS,
Mhm.
but I actually found one in the store, and it was, I got it on sale. It wasn't that much sale, but I did get it on sale, and I figured it would be easier just to have that rather than to try and go through and do it from scratch.
Oh yeah.
And then I have a 13th Doctor where I bought the shirt. I already had the pants, and I got the jacket on clearance for like $20. So it was a really good deal because it was an $80 jacket. So it's actually it's an actual jacket that is from the show, sort of. And then I also have Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's my only non-Doctor Who thing.
Right.
And that is just the dress and the stockings. I don't do the makeup because I'm not really into all that. But this year, from all the masks and everything, I actually have a Sally mask. So it looks like her lips and everything is, so it kind of works.
Okay, that's cool.
Other than that, not, oh wait, I have the 10th Doctor, but it's a dress, so it looks like what he wore, but it's just a dress.
Right.
So, and I know there's all different ways that people do their cosplay, and that's just how I do mine, and I'm
Right.
comfortable with that. And I do get people that say, oh wow, I really like that and this, that, and the other thing, because what I'm wearing is pretty much obvious because it's almost exactly what you would see in the show.
Right. Yeah. Well, I got something I want to show you before we get off of this. It's Doctor Who related because my wife, she's a real big Doctor Who fan. And when was that Dragon Con 2 years ago, she got her picture made with David Tennant. So she kind of she fangirled over that. So, but as far as the like our Jedi and our Sith robes and stuff, we bought those from Cosplay Sky and kind of modified them off of that. And then getting, going to the thrift store or buying something and making it your own, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's right now, the dress that Audra's going to use with her headpiece that's behind me is actually, we got it off on Amazon. It's kind of a not really a glamorous, but it's kind of it's hard to explain, but it's a kind of a long flowing kind of dress. And I'm going to we're kind of building off of that. I'm going to make her some hip pads so she can carry a lightsaber, kind of like what Ahsoka had in the 7th season, kind of, or off of the show. Just something that, of course, you can have a belt and have something for a lightsaber clip too and stuff like that. So more of an elegant style kind of Jedi thing. So
okay.
Not necessarily one that's in Jedi robes or anything like that. So
right.
But a lot of the costumes that we put together, we try and do it where we could, if she doesn't want to, or me, put her Liku on and do the body paint stuff, or she, we can either really go all out with the costume, or she can just, or I just go out just in robes or something like that, so that we can use it for different things. So that way we just don't have just, okay, this is the Jedi robe or whatever, and it's got to be exactly, we got to wear all this every time we do this kind of thing. And sometimes if you're at a convention or whatever, you don't have time to switch up and stuff like that, or it might be too hot to wear everything. So you want to scale it down, back it off a little bit. So,
Right. Yeah. Sometimes if you have like a one that is like a 3-day event,
mhm,
it's like, and you're actually, well, you said you go ahead from Alabama and you travel to the one that's in Atlanta. So of
Right.
course you're going to be traveling. So you can't take your whole house with you.
right. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, we try and have everything in some big totes and stuff like that, try and
yeah.
keep everything together. But yeah, it can, yeah, it can be kind of hectic. We kind of,
Mhm.
like when we go to Atlanta or whatever, and we carry our costumes with us. Okay, well, we're going to wear this one, this day in the evening or something like that, and kind of switch it up. And once we
Mhm.
get there, we might switch up, say, well, okay, well, it's a little too hot or something like that. Let's just switch up and just it's kind of getting a sense of how the flow of the convention, how everybody's kind of doing their thing, just to what we put on, kind of
Mhm. Mhm.
stuff. But like I said, it's all fun.
Yeah, we'd like to make it to the one that's in Atlanta. Is what
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. And that would be a lot of fun. And we went to the only one that we've gone to a lot, but the only one
Right.
that we've actually gone and stayed like at the hotel we did was at Mars Con, and that's in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Mhm.
And that was that we had pretty much everything kind of organized like that, and we had everything pretty much packed up pretty well. And we didn't do a lot of switching out during the day or anything,
Right.
because they were full at the one hotel, so we stayed just a couple hotels away, but
Right.
it still worked out really well. It was a lot easier than driving back and forth, because it's like from our house it's like I'd say about 40 minutes to get
Right.
there. So it definitely was worth it to stay overnight right there.
Okay.
A lot of the other ones that are near here are really maybe 20-30 minutes at the most. Like
Right.
that was the furthest one out. So usually we don't stay like overnight right there.
Right.
But after being there for the whole entire day, and then you drive home, and then you gotta get up and go back and everything, sometimes it's like it does make sense to stay there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They just we do, they do some local cons in like Birmingham, Magic City Con, and some smaller ones, which is about a 20-minute drive for us. And then we've been up, other parts of Alabama that's within 2 hours of driving. But when we go to Atlanta to Dragon Con, we try and rent a house that's close to one of the MARTA stations, and we'll ride the MARTA train, which there's a station right up underneath where the host hotels are. So
Oh, okay.
we just jump on the train, and I've had a few times where I've in my Sith costume, and I've got my red and yellow contacts in, standing up on the train. I've had a few folks step off the train once they look at my face, and
Oh no.
and one guy's what he said, and one got off. I'm not going to say it here, but it was blankety blank gets Darth Vader and stepped right off. And
Wow.
Oh man.
Well, excuse me for a second. Hey, George, you there?
I think he might be trying to connect.
George?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They logged off. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead,
no,
Chuck.
he might be having trouble connecting and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, I was thinking about going to the one that's in Philadelphia,
Mhm.
and I was going to do the same type of thing. I just I haven't done it yet, but
Yeah.
because I have like family that lives right on I could stay at their house and they live right next to the train station, so I could take the train into Center City, right next to, pretty close to where the convention center is. So I mean, that's like another option for one that we would be able to easily be able to navigate to get to.
Right.
And I know how all the train stuff works up there anyway, but
Yeah.
I know that there's KatsuCon. I think that is what it's called. It's in near or around DC, I think.
Mhm.
So, and I know, well, our twins, they wanted to go to that, but we haven't had a chance. Well, I mean, they didn't have it last year, or
Right.
no, they had it last year, but we didn't get it organized in enough time.
Right.
So maybe next year.
So Logan, what
Yeah.
cons do you like to go to or have been gone to?
Well, I like Tidewater a lot. That's mainly the only con I ever went to, but I did go to oh goodness, besides Tidewater, the only con I went to besides that was it was the Chesapeake Library one.
Oh yeah, that's a
Fantasy.
good one.
That's the I
Fantasy.
really like
Yeah, we're supposed to-
Fantasy. Go ahead, Dan.
We were supposed to have a Tidewater cosplay con there
Well,
in
yeah,
January.
right.
But
That
then COVID
everything got
hit.
canceled. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, they did the library, the Chesapeake Public Library has a lot here. So, they have, I'm trying to think. They probably have 4 different cons throughout the year.
Mhm.
They have the ShobuCon, which they just had that one virtually a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
We had some family stuff going on, so we weren't able to actually even attend. I think Logan's internet was cutting in and out, so might be back. But the ShobuCon is more of like an anime type of thing. And then the Fantasy is more, I mean, obviously it's more science fiction. They do have some anime stuff, but it's more based on science fiction. And then they have the Monster Fest.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. And that's all at our public library, and that's all free, which is pretty cool because it can get very costly going to some of the other ones.
Oh yeah, it can add up.
Yeah, it can add up, and free is always better.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with free.
Right, and a lot of those tend to be at least 2 days. I think it's usually a Saturday and Sunday, and some of them I think do have events that are on Friday as well.
And Fantasy was letting us bring the TARDIS, right?
Yes, we've brought the TARDIS. Well, I think we had the TARDIS at ShobuCon as well.
And
Fantasy.
ODU Con.
ODU MiniCon, that's at the Old Dominion University, and they have it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event. It's a college, and it's on their campus. It's sponsored, like I'm not going to say kids, but the college students.
Right.
I'll put it that way. The college students are pretty much in charge of everything, and they organize it, and it's something they have a club or something. I'm not really sure exactly.
Cosplay Club.
Right.
Yes. And it's kind of sponsored through that. And that's a lot of fun because they have a lot of different activities, and the ones that there's a lot of different colleges that have them around here, so their prices for those are not as high. Because we've also done Christopher Newport University. They also have one, and I can't remember what the name of it is. It starts with a K, but it's not the KatsuCon. It's something else. But anyway,
Yeah.
so then there's that one, and then Regent University, they also have one, and that one's put one by their animation students. I believe, I think they have a club, and they have the animation students help coordinate all of that as well.
Right.
And I think that one was 2 days as well.
But over the last year, none of these have been going on. So
Yeah, the University of Alabama in Birmingham, they have their own little, I guess you can say, cosplay club that puts on stuff.
Mhm.
It's just a 1-day thing.
Oh,
But
okay.
we were going to go check it out. We're, I guess you can say, in a Facebook group with some local folks, and since all the COVID stuff, started up, they quit having their meetings and all that. So,
Mhm.
and they pretty much, I guess, quit talking on the Facebook thing. But maybe they'll bring that back, start it back up again. But the group of friends that we've got, we were in scouts, scoutmaster for a long, pretty good while, I guess off and on 20 years being involved
wow.
in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and venturing crew and all that. Both my oldest sons are Eagle Scouts, and but anyway, our friends, leaders and stuff, they're the ones that go with us when we go to cons and do cosplay and everything. We were going to start up a venturing crew that was geared, other than the normal, I say normal, high adventure stuff that a venturing crew does. They would work on cosplay stuff, making costumes and everything else. And so we've started it. We called it, since my business is Sundari Costumes and Props, we called it Sundari Cosplay Crew. But right now we don't have enough youth to start up a units, but all the adults and everybody else get together every other Sunday afternoon and work on costumes and everything. And about the latter part of May, we're having a photo shoot at this place that it's a real nice park with a bunch of rocks and hiking trails and stuff like that, where a lot of the cosplayers go out there and do photo shoots out there. So a friend of ours is a cosplay photographer, and he's part of our group. Everybody's gonna go out there and take pictures and everything else. So I'm kind of in a rush to finish up my Mando so I can wear it and get Audra's Togruta fixed up and everything else. So it looks like we got a new person come in.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
All right, how's everybody else? Sorry I'm late.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to introduce yourself? We're recording.
I'm Johnny Ramsey, aka Tal Mortis is my Mando name. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hey,
We're talking about the conventions we've gone to and which ones we would like to go back to once the COVID stuff is up.
Yeah,
mhm.
that's cool. Well, I
Yeah.
just got my COVID vaccine and all that done, so whenever I can travel, I'll travel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one of the projects I'm working on for that photo shoot, Suzanne, the lady that is friends of ours that was in Scouts and part of our group, her and her daughters are doing a mashup. I'm printing. I've printed a Darth Vader helmet and 2 snowtrooper helmets, and I'm finishing them up. And they're doing a PG version of where they got corsets and some skirts, and they're just going to wear the helmets, not a full Darth Vader helmet or snowtrooper helmet, just basically the top shell of it to go with their costumes and stuff. So,
Oh, wow.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Is that
Yeah.
kind of steampunkish?
no, they might have borrowed some of it with that.
Yeah, because
But-
usually corsets are
Yeah,
steampunk.
yeah. She's I haven't seen any of her designs or anything where she had planned. We kind of worked together about I'll print up something for her, and we just kind of trade out stuff. And I'm printing up a whole bunch of stuff for her right now.
Mhm.
And we'll probably, the house that we're going to be staying at for Dragon Con, our portion of it, mine and Audra's, we'll probably just, I'll print this stuff up, make it for you, and since she's got the house, that'll be our, pay for pay for our stay and stuff like that. So, but
Right.
I
But,
think, with print time and everything else, that stuff's not cheap.
well, the filament, a roll of filament's about $23, and I can get a pretty good bit of prints out of a roll. So it's kind of come out to on the good side of it. So
Yeah, you got some awesome prints.
Mhm.
Say that I got two that are down right now. Can't use neither one of them.
Mm.
Do what?
and her daughter, her youngest daughter, she was doing, they saw a thing where there's like a wagging tail, where it actually wags. So she has to, and it's like 200 and 299 or something like that for it. She asked me if I could come up with something cheaper than that. So I designed and printed. I'm working on it right now. I did the control box that would be on the belt and the moving tail part, and I got an Arduino board, Arduino, and programmed it and with servos and stuff so it'll wag. So I'm fine tuning that right now. So
Oh, wow. You couldn't
Yeah.
just put a motor on a tail and
well, the it's got a control box on top, and then you've got these articulated pieces that goes down, and then there's a servo that's on the inside that rotates back and forth and pulls strings on it, and that's what gets the tail wagging. And I sit there and looked at the people that was selling theirs, and got the idea of how they did it. And
Mm.
so it's kind of loosely based off of that. I didn't want to steal their it's not like I want to sell this thing or anything like that, but I was just getting their idea, just
yeah.
to where all they got to do is whatever kind of tail she wants it to look like, they can sew up the fabric, slide it over the printed parts and change it out. So
Mm.
Oh.
Hey, Michaela's here.
yeah.
Hey, Michaela.
Hey.
Michaela, yay. Chuck is describing his kit and we are recording, and we're just discussing conventions we've gone to or which ones we'd like to go to in our area. Oh, you fell asleep?
Oh, that's okay.
Napping is always a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't think to put it on the Mandalorian site until I almost when it was starting. So sorry about that. I just had it on our cosplay.
Yeah, I didn't see it till I was on my way home that this was going on.
Yeah. We usually do it at 8 o'clock on Fridays. So
Well, I said, this is my first one, and other than the other meetings we have on Wednesdays, so this one popped up on me.
yeah.
I know I'll try not to make any more plans.
Oh, it's not mandatory to come to it.
Yeah.
But we welcome you.
It's an escape from my reality.
I was just gonna say, unless you really want to come,
Yeah.
by all means,
Yeah,
everybody's welcome. It's more or less just a chat session about pretty much what's going on and what everybody's working on. And Chuck had a great intro as far as what he's been working on and what cosplays he does and when he started and stuff like that. And we're just gonna kind of keep it like that pretty much from now on out, on 8 o'clock on Fridays, unless we have something insanely pressing going on. So
like convention or. So Michaela, how much longer till you get your kit all together? Oh, you're waiting on stuff? You're waiting on your flak vest? And your black backplate? She's typing. Everything. I thought you don't have gauntlets yet? Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Chuck,
I sent those to her.
yeah, that's what I thought. That's awesome. It's so nice that the group gets together and gets you a whole kit. That is so cool.
Yeah, she got a care package this week.
Oh wow. I love seeing her smile.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
see, that's one of our things from our care package, I bet.
Yep.
That's the fun kind of meal.
Mhm.
I'm sure I could find some unfun kind of meal on my desk.
Yeah, if you guys see at the bottom, there's a little button that says chat. If you open that up, you can see what she's typing.
Yeah, I got the mail that starts with the letter B.
A mail the
The mail that starts with the letter B.
I don't know how an iPad works.
Oh. No.
She's talking about bills.
Yes, I am. See, he doesn't get those. I'm the one that gets, I'm handed the stack. Here's all the mail. If there's a package like, oh, wait, I ordered this. This has my name on it. Okay. I get everything else in the stack, junk mail and all.
So a kyber crystal, what does that do?
It blows you up.
It powers the Death Star and the lightsabers.
Oh, cool.
I was playing around with the multicolored rainbow filament, and I printed out a whole bunch of different colored kyber crystals, and I sent 3 of them to her.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Necklaces?
I've made necklaces out of them.
I didn't get all that.
I didn't either. I missed that.
Fight like a girl.
Yeah, my wife did that for her.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cute.
That's awesome.
We went by Michael's and they had a whole bunch of Star Wars themed vinyl. So that was one of the things that she printed out while we was doing Easter bags.
Wow. Well, Cheryl has her surgery on Monday.
Woohoo.
And she got people in church lined up for, what was it, 13 days?
I don't know, like a week and a half. So yeah, something like that.
To bring meals for the whole family.
Yes, I have awesome friends. I didn't know I had that many, but apparently I do. Well, no, that's what my one friend messaged me. She's like, there's a lot of people that are praying for you and they love you. And I'm like, well, apparently so, because that's how many people are bringing stuff. So I was like, okay. Okay.
There have been so many times that my church has done meals for my family, Michaela says.
Yeah.
Are you able to go to church often? Hmm. Oh. Can you do them online?
Hold on. Is this thing- Yes, our church is having online service this week because I guess somebody,
She says, yeah, but it
Um,
doesn't feel right when watching online.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
I've been watching online for probably a few months. I was going into the church, but it gets too crowded, so I decided to just watch the online stuff. So, which is a good thing because apparently somebody was in church on Easter and then tested positive with COVID. And so now this week they're not having it.
Hmm.
So I was like, well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't go because I can't test positive now.
Michaela, have you gotten your shots yet? Okay, we've kind of gone off the subject of cosplay, so I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay, yeah.
That's all right.